Hello and welcome to the tutorial for the Nursing Innovation Project. My name is Razan Baya and I am the instructional designer who created this course for your purposes. Before we start going into the actual course itself, I wanted to introduce you to the learning management system that I chose for your course. Blackboard Course Sites is an online, free, accessible learning management system that has lots of great features for learner and instructor. The easy to navigate buttons and menus allow for ease of use for student and instructor. And all of the features within course sites provide easier workflow and better tools for success. Blackboard Course Sites is very committed to accessibility options for better inclusivity and to comply with the 503 compliance law. And real-time data analytics are provided for better personalized student engagement and learning. The course that I've created for you is interactive, it is learner-centered, and that allows for better focus. By giving self-paced mode of delivery, students are able to have more autonomy in their learning. The instructional modules include integrated assessments, and these assessments are scored and the scores are transferred into the LMS. The modules themselves are not created within the LMS, they're created via a course authoring software. Discussion boards are utilized as well as a tool called Blackboard Collaborate, and these are utilized for communication purposes. By giving the students the ability to communicate with each other as well as with the instructor, we're facilitating better engagement, which leads to better comprehension and learning. Engagement activities within each module, including the instructional module itself, as well as assessments and discussion boards, are going to enhance the learner experience and provide a better mode of delivery of the material. Learner success within this course is very important. It is the top priority. And so we've integrated some key points to allow for better success for learners. The self-paced instructional modules have narrow focus, and this means that each module is centered to a particular topic. By focusing on a particular topic, there is a less likelihood of loss of interest. The learner has the autonomy within the module with the time frame of completing the module, as well as with the actual assessments that are provided to the students, giving a rewarding learning environment and creating a positive atmosphere of learning. The integrated assessments can guarantee comprehension in a couple of ways. There is a feature that I have placed within the instructional module where a student cannot progress to the next slide or the next question within the integrated assessment unless they have answered it correctly. And in order to promote learning, we give them unlimited tries on each question. The students are also able to go back into prior slides to relearn the material until they have figured it out and answered the questions properly. And then, of course, we're using these communication tools to bridge the learning gap by giving the learner the ability to communicate with others and have peer-to-peer interactions, as well as having Blackboard Collaborate utilized, which is a fantastic tool that I will show you in just a little bit. We are able to customize the learning of the students based on their needs and based on the course requirements. So for these courses, I have created a specific outline that follows every single course, every single module. Every module within the course has its own objectives, which are listed clearly for the learner. And within each module, there are 4 separate segments. The pre-lesson graded discussion board, which facilitates communication with other learners, as well as gauges each learner's beginning point, which is very vital to customized learning for each student. The instructional module, which opens in a new window, is the second step, and that must be completed to receive a certificate of completion, which you have requested from me. And this certificate of completion is part of their grade and can be utilized in multiple ways within your course as you see fit. The module quiz is taken after the module is completed, and the module assignment is set up as a group assignment so that learners are able to interact with each other. This is a typical student view of the course itself. As you can see, there are clearly labeled menu items to the left. The thumbnails at the very top of the screen allow the student to access their gradebook, discussion boards, and their email very, very easily. And then the course layout itself is very visible. It's very easy to see, easy to navigate upon login. It's not confusing for the learner. The instructional modules that I have created for you will look similar to this instructional module. As you can see, it is self-paced, which means the student can go from one topic to the next and go back as needed. I have recorded myself reading the text and creating a real human voice text to audio feature, which I think is very important for learners because it gives more ability to interact as well as to feel connected to the material. The colors and the music that I use within these instructional modules is used in a way to engage the student without distracting them. And then the interactive steps for each learner within the module is very important because it keeps their focus, it keeps their engagement, and it also gives them a sense of accomplishment. So for instance, on this screen, the student would enter their name so that whenever they generate the certificate of completion at the end of the module, they have their name already printed on there, and it gives them a sense of accomplishment. The module assessments, as you can see at the top left image, can be multiple choice, they can be matching. We can do something similar to this particular question, which is placing things in correct order. And we can include as many or as little of these questions as you'd like. And then once the student has completed all of the assessment questions, they receive the certificate of completion, which, as you can see on this screen, is available for PDF download. Course analytics is a very vital tool for the learner and the instructor. By being able to customize your analytics based on a specific assessment or a specific activity, the instructor is able to customize the learning of each student. You can run analytics for each student, for each assignment, for each module, for each course. So now that we've kind of gone over the basics of this course, I'm going to actually show you the course itself. So this right here is the login screen for a student. This is not what the instructor sees. This is the student preview. So as the student is navigating, first logging in, they pull up, they can download their image if they'd like to. They can see everybody in their course by clicking on the roster. They can message different people within the roster if they'd like. They can view their attendance and see where they've missed class. Maybe they forgot that they missed a class. The announcements is a great tool to communicate with your students. Notice here I've added an assignment, an announcement with an assignment within it so that the student knows what's expected of them. And then within the course itself, they have the objectives. I include this on each course. The course objectives for each course will be outlined as well as for each module. There will be general information about the course. And then some guidelines for the students to practice good netiquette so that we have a positive learning environment. Now, in each module, if you can see, as the student pulls it down, they're able to see all the different expectations that are required of them. If I wanted to switch to the instructor view, I would just exit the preview. As an instructor, you can always see the preview of what your students will see prior to actually into the LMS. And so this right here is what the instructor sees. And one of the main tools that I like about the instructor view is the ability to do the Blackboard Collaborate session. I've already created a session, which you start by clicking Join Session. But on here, obviously, there's nobody in the room except for me. But I wanted to show you a really great tool that you can utilize within this Blackboard Collaborate session, which is a blank whiteboard. The instructor is able to utilize this as if you are in a classroom with your students. You share your audio down here and your video. Your students do the same. And then you're able to either type or draw or write something on the board. So for instance, I want to write hello for all the students to see as they walk in virtually into this classroom. This can also be used for math problems. It can be used for any type of interactive group project between instructor and learner or between learners themselves. So that is kind of the overview of how this course will look for students. One of the most important things for me is running analytics. And I wanted to show you how you can do that. By clicking this top right-hand thumbnail where it says analytics, you can actually run analytics for each type of assessment or course um, involved interaction so that you can see where students need more work or more focused work. All you do is click Run Report. The report generates for you, and then you receive an email with the report itself that you can keep on file. This is a very brief overview of the course, but I really hope that it's given you an idea of how we are utilizing this LMS to give your students the best possible learning experience. I hope that you like this tutorial. If you need more help or if you would like to ask any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me, and I hope to work with you in the near future. Thank you.